Hey, folks, I'm your host, the coach. It's game time. It's Ultimate Team. It doesn't get any better than this.
So the 49ers, they're getting set to go on offense. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That'll be caught by Rice. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still 1st down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Forced out to... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They're going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for the Niners. And even 40 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Here we go, D. All day defense.
Looking to throw. That'll be caught by Hester. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Devin Hester, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. 2nd and 4. And that is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ben Gideon with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Lawrence Taylor. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. 3rd and long for Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jerry Rice, 36 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches, and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now a 7-0 game. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. This is taken at his 4. Kirk Cousins, the 31-year-old quarterback in his 2nd season with the Vikings, bringing them out. The rest of this offense, and It's also the first time that Kirk Cousins has quarterbacked the team to double-digit victories. The Vikings reaching that plateau for the second time in 3 years after winning 13 back in 2017. But for Kirk Cousins, the numbers have been good. Second straight year on track to top 70% completion-wise. Also the fewest amount of interceptions that he has had. And when you consider he's been playing a large part of this season without his Pro Bowl wideout Adam Thielen, makes the numbers that much more impressive. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Throwing is Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, like I said, he's looked pretty good to this point. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 34. Saquon Barkley running right. Look at the spin. And now running right through it. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. He's going to take a shot for the end zone, and it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Jerry Rice with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Extra point try now for Crosby. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Now the Minnesota Vikings coming back out as they get the football here. It's been over 4 decades since the Vikings played in the Super Bowl, and you don't know if this is going to be the year that they get back. but there has not been a lot of talk about this Minnesota team. A double-digit win season and a lot of good teams in this conference, and I feel like they're a little bit under the radar. But top 10 in both offense and defense. You got dynamic players on both sides of the football. And we'll see what this Minnesota Vikings team can do down the stretch if they can make a little noise. One thing's for sure, they've been very good at home this season. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bruce Smith brings the heat, gets the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return.
Let's go!
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to air one out. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Jerry Rice on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now Crosby for the point after. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1, we want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
And now out comes Minnesota. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But it's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. Pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports halftime.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here We go.
Mason Crosby set to kick off.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. On play action, Cousins. The skip, now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. That was Ronnie Lott on the safety blitz as he gets the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow made. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Deacon Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner. And I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. It's fielded at the 45. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. A solid first half for him, and so far a good start to the second half.
And I'm going to try not to go overboard with praise here, but I can't help it. He is playing so well. Really accurate with the ball, finding guys open downfield, and finding the end zone 3 times. That'll help offset the 1 interception.
Absolutely. Just that 1 pick with the 3 touchdowns so far. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let him know.
He'll drop to throw. This is caught. Give him 30 yards there.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
8 read. Watch QB's off.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Another try for Barkley. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves. Sticking in.
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And after all that, he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, The risk-reward is just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Hey, check 24.
He completes it to Treadwell. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On second down, it's Cook. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that?
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they can keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On second down now, Barkley. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14.
On the ready. 50 minus 50. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Back now here in San. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though, 3rd and long. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
A first down throw for Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 74 yards. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Bailey got the extra point, and that will get them one closer. And the 49er hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Go now. 10-2 start. Get that. Ready.
On 1st down, Barkley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. The clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Here we go. 18 Gator. 54. Watch the screen. Take go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch twist.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And now running right through it. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys continue to put on. It's a fake. They'll try and throw for him. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11. 91. The 31-yard line.
Congratulations on yet another victory. Now you can go right to the next challenge if there's another one available, or return to challenges to receive your...
Hello again, everybody. I'm the coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team. Hope you're ready because we've got another good one on tap. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. With that, let's get you out to Silicon Valley, Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, as we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared. Physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
60 outlaw, 56. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down and about the length of the football.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him.
Tries for Rice, intercepted. Picked up by Rob Woodson. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a carry for Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They go play fake. Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play-action sack. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Back to throw now on first down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On the move on first down.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Barkley No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Eagles. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Ready? 18 Gator.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Ready up.
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. You go tight. You got tight. Protein spill. Get it.
2nd and 6. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On third down, Barkley. And some space here. He won't go down.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On second down now, Barkley gets past one man, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Ready?
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Loss of 1. It's now 3rd down and 6.
He'll look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Snatched by the safety Ed Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Devin Hester, the intended receiver, and it's third down. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a hard-fought battle to this point. 7-0 is the score, with neither offense really able to get on track. But let's not waste any time.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This will be taken very short. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. On play action, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Here's Ray Guy now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And taken right at the 35. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll look to throw. Throw complete there to Jerry Rice. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 15-yard touchdown run as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Crosby with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Defense wins championships, baby.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now on 2nd and 13, Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Crosby on now to kick it away. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points, that means this is now a two-score game.
Yeah, and that's tough to deal with, isn't it? This little time left, those 2 points, doesn't seem like a lot, but it means everything now. Those are going to be the ones we're going to look back on. Those 2 points right there, the play of the game.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off right around the 43. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver, and it's second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now left side on the swing pass. Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Back to throw. Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Down. 10-2 stop.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
All right, just go ahead and say it with me. That was
a mistake,
for
sure.
Without a doubt, because at some point, put your foot in the ground, get upfield, and get down protecting the ball. Don't go out of bounds, because when you go out of bounds, you're really just helping the defense.
Yeah, not to be too hyperbolic, but it's like giving the D an extra timeout, isn't it?
It certainly is. Gives them a chance to regroup, and it means you have to snap the ball an additional time, which always means the possibility of a mistake.
The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. And they'll run for it with Barkley. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down. But that looked like an example of what you said back in the 1st half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice.
Ready? 18 Gator. Check 56. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.
Hello, everyone. You're watching Madden Ultimate Team, and I'm your host, the coach. This game...
The veteran Matt Bryant set to rock and roll. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Ready.
52's the mark. Check. 52's the mark.
Go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught. It's Jerry Rice. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Let's go.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So the first catch for Jerry Rice, always fun to talk about. His career stats, Charles, they're so good. He leads in so many categories that we can't even get to them all.
Yeah, what do they say? He combines ridiculous statistical supremacy with crazy longevity. How about this? Most receptions, yards, touchdowns, just to name a few of the accolades along the way.
That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Set. 15.
26-yard line.
Watch the shit.
Pilot. 64. Weak. Right up.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range, so now you don't take any unnecessary risks.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Sacked by the relentless Howie Long. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jerry Rice, 34 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. CD, that call, it took some guts. It's not like they were at the 1-yard line. They had some distance to go.
They certainly did, and, you know, a lot of people might say that's fly by the seat of your pants type of coaching, but it's also sending a message out there. We're going to be unpredictable. You can't prepare for anything with us.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. James has got it. Complete. He'll be ridden out of bounds. Didn't even come close to sniffing the end zone. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
The first carry for Patrick DeMarco. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Evan Ingram, 54 yards. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, Those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And got his man complete. 39 yards there, a big one. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll drop the throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Jerry Rice with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
On first down, Dickerson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Holt. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Dickerson, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Barkley, and fighting down inside the 25. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Get in the weight room.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. They get it to him running left. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the rookie Saquon Barkley, the one who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Dolphins taking the field again here on offense. Charles, is it fair to say that this is going to be a significantly different roster when they line up for Week 1 in 2020? It almost has to be, right?
It almost has to be, and just think about what they've done in terms of investing towards 2020, the accumulation of draft picks.
Yeah.
You know they're going to get into free agency a little bit. And think about the players that were dealt just during this season. Minka Fitzpatrick to Pittsburgh.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Now Crosby for the point after. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film when those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Out comes Randy Moss and company as they take the field. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times it's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Let's go.
That's it for the first half. 2 more. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Dolphins 7. Mason Crosby set to kick off.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The dump-off gets him only one, and now you're looking at a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 9 yards on the play and a first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On first down, Dickerson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Third down, Jackson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Holt. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
This is taken around the 12. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 35. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Howie Long able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Looking to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for the great one, Jerry Rice. But it'll be 2nd and goal. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. That's Thomas Davis on the sack. Came in the league way back in 2005.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Flushed. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. From the gun, Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Finds his tight end, Ingram. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Evan Ingram, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. Oh, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or 2 today. And I was like, a zinger or 2? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
They run with Barkley on 1st down, and he gets about 5 out of it. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, 49ers. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're... And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't. Because
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Rod Woodson with a pick. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So the victory here for San Francisco. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching.